Hey Noelle, it's Professor Phillips. I wanted to thank you for posting your discussion topic and for asking your two questions to students and then responding to anybody who asked you a question. So you'll get full credit for that. I do see that you said you had your first experience with race at 5 years old and you were sad and nervous about it and you were experienced bullying and in the movies and in real life. And it always has made you sad and upset and nervous that you could be the next victim. So that's internalizing. That's what we call that. When you see something happen to someone else and you think it could happen to yourself, and so you feel the same way that they might feel if it happened to you, that's called internalizing. So it seems like you internalized this, and it did shape your worldview. Because it made you self-conscious. So that is something about your racial identity that will go into your racial autobiography paper. And I do see that you spoke on Dr. Tatum's video, and you mentioned that it was interesting to hear the difference between prejudice and racism. So I know that a lot of times racism is kind of used like it's just thrown around, the word is thrown around a lot, but a lot of times what it really is prejudice. Racism doesn't come into play until you have that factor of power, like she said. So anybody can be prejudiced, but a lot of times if you have the ability to inflict your prejudice views on an entire group and then make laws that affect them negatively, make practices that are institutionalized that affect them negatively, like not being able to get into schools or not get medical care or not get loans to buy a house or not being able to move into a particular neighborhood, that's when the isms take into effect. And we're going to talk about other isms and compare them to racism so people get a better understanding about what it is, because a lot of times they just think, oh, you're being mean to another race, you're racist, you know? And that's not necessarily true. It's colloquially, true, but it's not necessarily true in an academic sense. So we're going to get into that discussion as well later on in the semester. I'm going to post a video about that. So thank you for asking, engaging questions to your classmates and talking about your own story, and I thank you for opening up about that. I look forward to continuing to read your work and your paper in a couple of weeks. So let me know if you have any questions, and I'm always here to help. Thanks. Take care. Bye.